Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Captain's Table. I'm your host, Captain B-Nard, and today I have for you guys one more look at my WWE Replica belt collection. So, I have made a couple of changes to the collection since the last video, so I decided to go ahead and do one of these one more time, since I probably won't be making any further additions or changes to the collection for the foreseeable future. So, I wanted to go ahead and run through everything that I have one more time for you guys with the updates. So, just to recap, I do have a total of 15 titles. I have 8 toy replica belts that I collected from when I was a kid. Those are going to be plastic plates on foam straps. And then I have 7 WWE Shop authentic replicas. Those are metal plates on a simulated leather strap. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about each individual belt as I have in the past, especially the toy replicas. If you guys want to hear a more in-depth analysis of the titles, or if you just want to hear me talk more about the titles in general, you can go ahead and check out a prior episode where I did that in more detail. So without further ado, we are just going to go ahead and jump into it. And we're going to start off once again with the WWF European Championship, the only title in my collection with the old WWF logo on it. So as you can see, very nice detail even on these toy replicas, which is something that still kind of impresses me to this day, is the level of detail that they have here on even the toy replicas. So pretty nice, as you can see, especially for a cheap toy from like 20 years ago. But yeah, as you can also see here, this is going to be Jakks Pacific 2001. I believe all of the toy replicas are Jakks Pacific from various, obviously, years. But again, very nice for a toy. So, moving right along, next up we are going to have, once again, the WWE Undisputed Championship. I think this is the version 2, but I'm not 100% positive on that. And again, really nice despite being a toy. Very nice detail on these. Aside from the fact that the real belts actually do have, in most cases, more side plates on them, and the toy replicas only have 2 side plates each. But other than that, they're pretty accurate as well. And as you can see, this one is also a Jakks Pacific 2002. So, going to keep on rolling. And next up, of course, is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship, the old school one. And for those of you newer fans, you might not even notice or remember a lot of these designs, as they are pretty old. But yeah, I actually do think that a lot of the older belt designs were actually a lot nicer than a lot of the newer belt designs, to be honest. They're more detailed, more imaginative, I think, a lot of the times than the newer belt designs, for whatever reason. And you can see there, this one is also Jakks Pacific 2002. So next up, of course, we have a personal favorite of mine, as always, the United States Championship. And again, even on the toy, you can see great detail with this title, which is one of the things I like about it. And obviously the overall design of really all these titles is something that I enjoy quite a lot. Although this particular title does take the cake for me, the United States title. And this one is going to be Jakks Pacific 2003, as you can see. All right. So, next up, we have once again, WWE Tag Team Championship. And this was the Tag Team Championship on Smackdown, though not officially called the Smackdown Tag Team Championship, just the WWE Tag Team Championship. And once again, really nice for a toy. And these old school Tag Team Championships actually, I think, are really nice, really detailed, and really awesomely designed, especially for Tag Team Championships. As you can see, the designs of the Tag Team Championships over the years kind of fell off, in my opinion, although still some of the newer ones, or one of the newer ones more specifically, actually still looks nice. But I think these older ones had a lot more detail on them, which was cool. And once again, here we have Jakks Pacific 2003. So, speaking of Tag Team Championships, we're going to move up to the old World Tag Team Championship. Another old school design of the Tag Team Championship, actually on Raw, though it was not called the Raw Tag Team Championship. It was called the World Tag Team Championship. Okay. And again, very nicely designed, as pretty much all of these older belts are. I really don't have anything bad to say about the actual design of these older belts. And I like how even the Tag Team Championship, as you could see a second ago, actually has the nameplate still on it, which is cool. And this is 2005 Jakks Pacific here. Okay, so next up we are going to have the WWE Spinner Championship here. Of course, still spins actually, believe it or not. So there you go. Another great design, of course. And very detailed, again, for a toy. I know I keep saying that, but it is still impressive to me, the level of detail that they put on these cheap toy replicas. And this one is also a Jakks Pacific. It is 2005. All right. And finally, for the toy half of the collection, we have the Hardcore Championship. So this is the only one with the old WWE block logo on it that I have. And again, just so much detail in a toy replica. It really is impressive. Another one of my most favored title designs, the Hardcore Championship. Just a lot of detail for a toy again, and very nice. And of course, I believe this one as well is 2005 Jakks Pacific. So yes, all of the toy replicas were Jakks Pacific. All right, so that rounds off the toy replicas. So we're going to go ahead and get into the authentic replicas then. So this is the good stuff, this is the hardware. And we're going to start that off, as always, with the United States Championship once again. As you can see, custom John Cena nameplate, of course, as he is one of, if not the greatest United States champion, in my opinion. So, obviously, these titles are a lot bigger, a lot more detail, but we're going to sweep from side to side. Of course, with the male snap box sewn on, 2x8. All the nice tooling. First side plate, Statue of Liberty, very nice and colorful with the white, blue, and gold. And then, of course, second side plate with the eagle, the star, and the stripes, of course, with the logo, the new network logo, very nice. Of course, the center plate is the best part, just a really nice flag logo, of course. And then we have the mirrored side plates on this side. Once again, just a lot of detail and very beautiful. And then at the end, of course, we have the female snapbox sewn on 2x5. And we have, on the back of all of these titles, we have the official authentic replica patch, and this one is going to be 2014 right here. So the seal of approval. All right, so moving right along, we are going to come to, once again, the Intercontinental Championship, the white strap version, of course. So just another absolutely beautiful title belt, as are all of these really. So moving along side to side, of course, we have the 2x8 male snap box embedded, which I prefer over the sewn on look, a little bit newer of a look, more modern. Lots of nice tooling and embossing. Then we get to the first side plate, of course, the wrestler's grappling behind the logo, very nice. Then again, the logo with the wrestlers grappling in the foreground, different position, very nice looking. A lot of detail, and these plates are much thicker actually than on the United States Championship, as I have previously mentioned, which is nice. Then we come to the center plate, of course. So much nice detail here with the banners and the colors. Everything just works really well, specifically on this title. And then we have the mirrored side plates on this side as well. And then, of course, we have the extra side plate on this side, the WWE Intercontinental side plate, which is a nice touch that all of these older Intercontinental Championships of the same style possess. We have the female 2x5 snap box as per the usual, and we have a nice gold belt tip as well. And this title as well is going to be a 2014 manufacture, and as you can see, the official authentic patch on the back to confirm. So very nice, and as you will notice with all of the championships with the different colored straps, the backing is still black, although actually one of them is not, which we'll get to in actually just a second here. So next on the list, we have the World Heavyweight Championship, aka the big gold belt. The newest version, actually, of course, with custom Randy Orton nameplate, as you can see. And as you older viewers may remember, the youngest heavyweight champion in professional wrestling history, still to this date, I believe. So, very iconic belt that has had many modifications, slight modifications, and has been used in many promotions throughout the years, is the big gold belt here. So I don't think any replica belt collection is complete without one, really. So we have that same male 2x8 snap box, nice tooling. We come to the first side plate, massive side plate, as you can see, and nice curve as well, with the wrestlers grappling, the rubies, just so much nice detail and design on the plates. Of course, the center plate, the feature. Just so much detail on this title, and the plate is just so massive it barely fits on screen the way that I have the camera right now. But yeah, it's just so nice looking. And then of course we have the mirrored side plate on the other side, and then the snap box 2x5 female sewn on as well on this side. And of course, this belt actually is unique because it has a red croc backing almost to it, which is kind of strange. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if the TV version ever had this or not. I don't know. But yeah, this is actually going to be a 2015. There's the official authentic patch there. So very unique backing to this title for whatever reason. So moving along, we are going to come to the current WWE Championship, the big network logo design, as I think it's referred to right here. And again, as you can see, as we move along in the years, we kind of get to designs that are a little more simplistic in nature, but still very, very beautiful. So moving along on the belt, we have, of course, the 2x8 male snapbox sewn on. A lot of nice tooling and designs. Come to the first massive side plate, of course, custom Eddie Guerrero side plate, as you can see, and it is just so studded out with jewels. It's very nice. We have, of course, the side bar here, and then, of course, we have the center plate, which is just so massive with that big WWE Network logo on it. You can see really nice looking and just so studded out in rubies and diamonds. Not real, of course, but just very beautiful. And then, of course, we have the mirrored side bar and side plate. Again, custom Eddie Guerrero side plate. Rip. But just an awesome looking side plate for an awesome wrestler, which I felt fit this title very well, which is why I have it, aside from being a big fan. And then, of course, we have the more nice designs into the female 2x5 snap box sewn on with the gold belt tip at the end. And I'm also going to show you guys here the default stock side plates there for the championship that I just showed you. So we have, of course, very nice looking network logos with the diamonds and then the red globe background behind the logo. So the default side plates are very nice, but obviously if you want to add a little bit of extra flair or extra customization to your title, the custom ones, they have them for so many wrestlers, are obviously very nice as well. So, moving right along, we are going to come to the Smackdown Women's Championship here, once again. So, this time we have the stock side plates on. I actually couldn't decide which custom side plates I wanted for this title. I ended up bouncing around to several different ones till eventually I finally decided, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of all the custom side plates and go with the stock ones, because I actually like the stock side plates for the SmackDown Women's Championship specifically quite a lot for one specific reason, which I'll get to in 1 second here. But you see, of course, the male snapbox 2x8 sewn on once again. And I like the strap, obviously, is a silver white. It's not a pure white like the Intercontinental Championship. It's like a silver white, which I think is really nice. And it is pretty much the same design as the WWE Championship big network logo we just looked at. So pretty much the same thing. The one thing that I really like about these stock side plates is that it has a blue globe in the background, as you might see. And I believe this title is the only title that has that. I believe the globes in the background of the Raw Women's Championship, the WWE and Universal Championships, they all have that red globe in the background. Even the blue version of the Universal Championship, I believe, has the red globe in the background for the stock side plates, the default. So the fact that this has the blue is actually very cool, I think. So that's why I like these default side plates. So we got the bar, we got the main plate. Of course, again, pretty much just the same thing as the title we looked at, although it has, of course, obviously this nice blue background, obviously, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which I think, honestly, between this and the Raw Women's Championship, I think this one just looks a lot better, because the only difference really is the background here on the center plate. Obviously, the SmackDown has blue and Raw has red, but I think the blue just complements so much better. I think mainly because of the swoosh under the WWE logo is red, so it's too much red, I think, on the Raw Women's Championship with the red background as well. So I think this one looks a lot nicer. And then, of course, we have the mirror sidebar and side plate on this side, and all the nice tooling and designs, and female snapbox 2x5 and gold belt tip as well. And on the back, of course, We have the patch, which I don't know if it's because it's the women's title. I think it's because it's the women's title. This is actually a round patch as opposed to a rectangular patch for the authentic logo. This one is 2016 copyright, but yeah, I think that's just something they do with the women's titles. I think they all have a circular patch as opposed to a square patch for whatever reason. Not really sure why. So, moving right along, we are going to come to, once again, the Smackdown Tag Team Championship, which, as I mentioned before, is pretty much the only newer Tag Team Championship design that I really like, mainly because of the color scheme of this, with this beautiful blue strap with these really nice shiny silver plates on it. I think it is much better than the Raw Tag Team Championship, which is the same thing except for its silver plates on a red strap, which I think looks decidedly worse than the combination of the silver and the blue. But nonetheless, we do have the snap box. Once again, it is 2x8 male snap box. This one is embedded, as I said, is a style that I prefer, and a lot of nice tooling and designs, of course. Coming to the first side plate, we have the Gladiator helmet, and I really like how that kind of protrudes from the championship. I think that is a really nice touch. Moving on to the next side plate, of course, with the logo, WWE Network logo, that is. And there are just so many nice designs on this side plate here. It is very impressive, actually, just the amount of detail, specifically on all the plates, really, on this championship are just very detailed. It's pretty awesome. Then, of course, we have the center plate with the Gladiator helmets, of course, back-to-back logo. Just a ton more of nice designs here, which is just, it's a really beautiful. And then moving along, once again, we have mirrored side plates on this side. And then, of course, we have the female snap box 2x8, which is actually a little bit of a difference. Normally the female snap boxes are 2x5, but for whatever reason on this title, they're 2x8. Not really sure why. And it is that way for all of the newer tag team championships that have this same general design. I don't really know why, but that's just kind of the way they did it. And on the back, as you can see, once again, the patch, and this one is 2016 copyright as well. So very nice. So that is going to bring us to our one new championship in the collection today. So saving the newest for last, and without further ado, that newest is going to be the new WWE Intercontinental Championship, the newest design version of it with default stock side plates. So this is a belt that I kind of went back and forth on quite a bit. A title that I kind of liked it when it debuted, but I wasn't super sold on it because the Classic Intercontinental Championship will always have a special place in my heart. But after some adjustment time, I really grew to like this title, and there is actually a lot more detail to this title and a lot more going on with it than at first glance, I think. So this title really grew on me, and so I finally decided that I wanted to put this in my collection. So we're going to take a little more of a detailed look at this one, since this is the new title that we've never seen before. So beginning on the side here, of course, we have the male snap box, 2x8 standard, sewn on, or I'm sorry, not sewn on, but embedded rather, which again, the style I prefer. Now, there is a lot of nice tooling here on the strap. However, there is no tooling on the edge of the strap. As you will notice, it is plain, which is something that every other title has not done, or at least any of these new titles, I should say. So, very interesting, I think, that they went with a very flat edge to this title, but I think it kind of works for the title, honestly. Then moving along, we have, of course, the logo, and then we have this first side plate. Now, as you can see, of course, this is a removable, customizable side plate here. I haven't gotten one because similarly with the women's title, actually, I couldn't decide whose side plate I wanted to get for this thing, so I ended up getting none, which is kind of funny, I guess. But the main difference between these side plates and the side plates for the other championships is that it actually has the fake screws here on the side of the side plate. Now, this is interesting because the TV versions of every title actually unscrew from the front because they have a fully leather back on them. So the other side plates on the other championships that have the little diamonds here rather than the screws, that's actually not TV accurate. This is actually TV accurate because these side plates on the TV accurate versions of the titles unscrew from the front. So this is TV accurate. But however, on the replica, even though it has these screws, these are fake, and these side plates actually unscrew from the back. So kind of funny, but it is TV accurate. So it is a nice design here on the side plate, a little bit different from the other championships. Moving to the center plate, there's actually a lot going on here. This is a really stacked and really beautiful center plate, honestly. It's a little bit long, I think, but it is really nice looking. It's the black and gold is really nice, and the designs here on this are really nice. I don't know if you can see it as well on the camera, but the two globes on either side, as well as the globe in the middle, those are all raised up significantly. So this is very 3D. It's very, very projection-like, the way that these globes kind of come off the title and how everything is raised and has a different, level to it, which is very, very nice, actually. You have the nice leaf designs here. I like how they still call it the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, which kind of adds an air of prestige to the title. So just a really nice looking center plate, honestly. That's what really sold me on the title eventually. And then we have the mirrored side plate on this side, which we talked about already. And then moving along past some more designs and stuff, we have another unique situation on this side where we have the female snap box is actually 2x6 on this title. I don't know why that is a change, once again, from the design of old. I don't know why they chose to change it, but they did. And then, of course, something really special on this belt is this belt tip. So this belt tip is really very detailed, very cool. It has these two big leaves with the globes and stars. It is a very cool, very detailed belt tip. I'm not sure why they put that much thought and effort into a belt tip, but it is beautiful and it fits with the rest of the title. And finally, on the back, you can see we are 2019 copyright right here on that official authentic patch. So very nice. Alrighty, so I think that is going to about do it for the collection, everybody. That is probably going to be the last one of these videos I do for quite some time, if not ever. I kind of got to a place with this collection at this point where I'm very happy with the collection as it stands. So I'm probably not going to change anything else, although if I do, I will make an update for you guys and have it here on the captain's table for you guys to look at. But yeah, just a really nice collection that I am happy with and proud of, and wanted to share with you guys those differences one more time. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new videos in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.